What's good, people? Welcome back to the video. Today we're checking out an interesting one, man. We're checking out some Lil Peep. So I've been meaning to do this for a very long time. I've heard like one track from Lil Peep that I can't remember the title of, and this was shortly before he passed. I heard this track and then he did pass, and it was didn't even really listen to his music. I just known of his name for a while. I got a few friends who are quite big fans of him, and it shook the world, man, to be honest, especially the music scene in general. I know so many people were so heartbroken. He was so loved by so many people. I always wanted to dive into his music, just never really got round to it. And then I've had quite a few people on the channel telling me to dive into his music. So, you know, it's a better place to sort of share my first reaction to his music. I just think it'd be nice to just document it, man. And I feel like I said, he's been so loved, and so many people have asked me to check him out. I just feel like we need to do it. Obviously, rest in peace to the guy. Don't really know much about his music, so I don't want to speak on it too much. But either way, it's sad to lose anyone at that age and through those circumstances. So yeah, man, but we're going to check this out. We're going to see what it's about, man. We're checking out a track called Benz Truck, which I believe is one of his most popular ones. It's been the one that's been recommended quite a few times, so we're going to get into it, man. Before we jump into it, guys, if you're new around here, please drop a sub. We're on the road to 10k, and we're trying to hit that as soon as possible. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram in the description below, and of course drop a like and a comment on the video as well. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's just get into this, man. Benz Truck, Lil Peep, let's go. It was very dark straight away, man. That instrumentation's raw. Okay.
Goth boy clip. Iced out teeth on the iced out whip with the limousine tints, you can suck my dick.
Hey.
Friends switch up when you in the Benz truck. Always want fuck, tell the bitch good luck.
Friends want to switch up when you're in the Benz truck. Okay, man. I knew what we're getting ourselves into just because I just heard about this guy, I'd heard about his style, etc. And that said, that one track I had heard previously that I still don't know the title of, to be honest. I think my friend showed it to me, and I sort of knew what we were going to receive in a sense, but not quite to this extent. I really like the intro. I love that instrumentation. It sounded so raw and so gritty, and I like how it's like carried through, but it's now being slightly surrounded by this different style of production. I sort of like the contrast between the two. It's quite refreshing, to be honest, to hear that. Has some very, say, dark undertones, but just quite dark in general. His voice, his delivery, it's very sort of low, and you're sort of getting this slight evil, villainous sort of vibe to it, if you will. Yeah, man. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying it.
Always want fuck, cause it just came up. Drugs in my nose, good drugs in my cup. I don't wanna wait now, but I know you gon' make me. Who you wanna hate now? Pretty soon you gonna hate me.
Goth boy clip.
Get into the cake now. All the hate don't fade.
Hearing that really like panned out backing vocal, that really like quiet groan or something. Beat slaps as well though. It's a really interesting contrast.
Iced out teeth on the iced out whip with the limousine tints, you can suck my dick. Friends switch up when you in the Benz truck. Always want fuck, tell the bitch good luck. Always want fuck, cause it just came up. Drugs in my nose, good drugs in my cup.
Can I ask, is it weird for Pete fans to sort of, I know that it seems like this is his aesthetic to an extent, it's good drugs in my cup, etc. If I'm not mistaken, he overdosed. I don't want to get that wrong, so you can let me know in the comments below. I don't know enough about this guy to speak on that sort of stuff. So, just by the way, any information from any Lil Peep fans about him, about anything that I should know, please chuck it in the comments below, because it just gives me a better understanding. And if you have any more Lil Peep tracks you want me to check out, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it's very interesting. I feel like he's being slightly braggadocious in the sense I've got a Benz truck, but he's also saying that even though I've got all this money, I'm not going to change up. I'm going to make sure of that. So it's sort of it's sort of in two different minds. He's at this point, but it's not going to change who he is. And I enjoy that concept, man. He has a great voice. There's a great sort of rasp to it and a delivery that's very, very relaxed in a sense. I don't know if he has other sort of aggressive songs, but he seems to just slide over this style of a beat really well. I'm really liking it, man. I'm really liking it. It's I don't know, to be honest with you, it's not the usual stuff I listen to. If you watch my videos, you know that. It's not the usual style. I have appreciation for it, and there's certain few artists that have this sort of, in this sort of, not even this circle, I can't really describe it, but this sort of genre that I enjoy, but I just never really got into him. And I'm liking it, man. I'm enjoying it. It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. That bass line is disgusting. The melody too is lovely, man. It's that hat, man, that continuous hat. Got such an edge to it, man. It's so gritty. Okay, guys, that was Lil Peep with his track Benz Truck. That was good, man. I enjoyed that. I just want to say fucking rest in peace to Lil Peep, man. I feel pretty annoyed that I never really dived into his music before this. I just never really got round to it. I'm just absolutely useless, to be honest with you. But I really enjoyed that one, man. You can definitely see why he was making such waves, you know, for someone that hardly had heard anything, but yet I felt like I knew so much about him, which I think was a really interesting mindset, as I just heard so much and so many people I knew that really enjoyed his music. And just going off the numbers and stuff, I understand that a lot of artists, their numbers sort of blow up after they pass, you know, with the likes of X, who I'm quite a big fan of, and you know, it's really sad, to be honest with you, that people find out about people when people do pass, and you know, at least they get to find out about this artist. But I understand a lot of die-hard fans get quite upset at the idea of people sort of jumping on the bandwagon once they pass. That's not what I'm trying to do here whatsoever. I'd heard a track beforehand. I'm not trying to exploit him in any way, shape or form. I just thought it might be nice to just document my experience listening to him, and quite a few people have asked me to check him out as well. And I'm glad I did, man. I'm glad I did. Like I said, he has such an edge just from that track in itself. Just so different. The instrumentation running all the way through, which you don't really hear a lot of nowadays. Everything is so overproduced and just so programmed, if you know what I mean. And there's not a lot of rawness and grittiness. And this was a definition of that. It's sort of introed in and introed out with that in its entirety. And I think his delivery was really cool. I really liked it. I really liked the sort of rasp in his voice, and quite monotone to an extent. Not really too many inflections, but that sort of added to the atmosphere within the track. Very dark, very low, and I just really enjoyed it, man. Really enjoyed it, to be honest. Enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to be honest with you. Knowing the style, knowing what people have described his music to be like, it's not usually my cup of tea, but I actually really enjoyed that, man. So I appreciate having the time to check him out. If you have any more Lil Peep you want me to check out, talk in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was good. That was really good. Anyway, guys, if you liked the video, drop a like. If you enjoyed my stuff, want you to see me again, please drop a sub. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram in the description below. If you have any questions, Lil Peep or anyone else, check in the comments below. But for the meantime, guys, I've been Charlie. This has been Benz Truck, and I'll see you in the next one.